since the 30s. Aaron Copeland was one of our co-founders. So, I mean, what are we doing demoing at a tech meetup? We're a grant funder, but we think that philanthropy shouldn't be done in this really tedious way where you write an application on a piece of paper, you mail it in, and then either the funder sets it on fire or writes you a check. And then that's it. All of that work that you did to get it all ready, like, that goes down the toilet no matter what happens. We think that's kind of dumb. So we wanted to do something different with how we do grants, but all of the existing software packages out there for grant making are kind of terrible, and they don't support what we wanted to do even a little bit. So we wrote our own. We're an arts nonprofit of 14 people with 3 developers, which is, for an arts nonprofit, hilariously overstaffed, and for a company that lives pretty much on the web is hilariously understaffed. But we're really proud of what we've been able to accomplish. So this is our website. So what happens when you apply is that you create something that's a lot like just a Kickstarter project. I say a lot that what we do is pretty much reverse Kickstarter. You make public-facing content for our website based on your own marketing materials. You say when the concert is, and you upload some YouTube links, and that's pretty much all you have to do. So here's an example from the International Contemporary Ensemble, which is this totally fantastic group run by Claire Chase. They do all kinds of commissioning and residencies and all this different crazy, wonderful stuff. The Open Ice Initiative is a big thing they've been working on recently. And this, I mean, you can see it looks a lot like a straight up project page. These profiles, instead of being artist bios that you have to tediously update and resend in every time you apply for money, these are just static social media profiles where you can link it to your Twitter, you can link it to your Facebook, and then not even bother typing in your bio. This is a description of their project, and these are the other artists that are working with them. Down here is their media. This is just their videos. And you wouldn't believe how recently grant funders insisted that you actually mail them a DVD. I don't know why, but we don't do that. So we take embeds from YouTube, Vimeo, SoundCloud, and uploaded MP3s of your own stuff. And that will be important in just a second when I get to showing you some of the features I really want to show you. This is some of our awesome projects that have been funded recently. And if you have been following, if you got the email about this meetup, you may have known that we had a deadline earlier today. So sorry, the next time to apply for money from us is about 5 months. But we do retroactive funding. So anything happening between now and then that is music that you can hear, we will happily throw in the pot and see what our panel thinks. It's all independent artists. We don't actually make any decisions ourselves. We're pretty passionate about that. But one of the features that comes out on this site is that instead of just being a site where you apply for money and then you go away again and then you come back the next time you want to apply for money, we have all this public-facing content. And you can subscribe for updates from projects so that when people have concerts, they can post things and you get emailed about when it is. So that instead of just being a grant funder that sits there in a room writing checks, we can actually help you accomplish your actual community outreach goals. We can actually help you sell tickets to stuff. We can help you fill the hall. My voice keeps changing. Okay. The really neat thing that we've just built out of this, out of all of this music that's on the site as part of these projects, is something called playlists. This is our own player that will play media from YouTube, from SoundCloud, from Vimeo. It'll autoplay. It's a very niche thing for our particular kind of media, which is a lot of contemporary classical, a lot of opera, but we are open to funding literally anything that you can hear as long as you are not dead. Beethoven, no. You, yes. And so let me play you some of what we have to offer. That's very, very quiet.
When he says, go away and don't come want you to stay away. He must want you to come. Back either soon or later, depending on how quickly he may roll the.
So that's that piece. There's a lot of different stuff like this on the site. There's a huge amount of music like this going on all over the country all the time. And if this is something that you're into, head to NewMusicUSA.org, make a profile, sign up, follow some projects, find some really crazy stuff. That is the short version of what we do. If you guys have questions, I'd like to invite 3 of my colleagues who came along, 2 developers and 1 grant-making officer, up to the stage to answer some questions. These are my colleagues. Yay!
While you guys ask questions, where's Sairam? I can't find you. There you are. Okay, cool.
And so, this is Debbie Milburn and Madeline Bohm, who are developers, and this is Sam Rising, who does grant making and social media things. What do you guys want to know?
Where do your grants come from?
I'm going to give this to Sam.
Our grants, where do they come from? A lot of the money that we give away is from previous programs that we ran up until about 2 years ago. A lot of it is endowed funding that we have received from organizations, and it's endowed to give away to particular things. So we have a certain amount of money we need to give away to dance, or other money that gives away that we have to give away for the creation of new work, which is most of what we give away. We also have special money allocated from our endowment to recording projects. So anything that needs to be recorded, whether it's a tape or vinyl record or a video, any of that counts.
Ask more questions.
Does the interface for the grant writers look, do they just go to the regular website, or they have a special UI that they look at?
Yeah, if the round were still open, I'd be able to show you, but basically they go to the website, they go to the guidelines, scroll down, click start a project, and then it's just a form that they fill. And they can preview their profile, which is, do you want to show a profile?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Ice. Yeah. So this is a profile. It's connected to the project. They can edit the profile at any time during the process, not just when they're submitting their application. But yeah, it's all connected to your profile.
Sorry, so when someone's evaluating this to decide whether they should be funded or not, are they looking at this page, or are they looking at something else?
They're looking at the project page.
Okay.
And on the project page, there's also, not on the public-facing part, there's a private part with budget information and other stuff like that, like private information.
What are the size of the grants?
We give away between $250 grants and $15,000 grants. And we also place a special emphasis on grants of $3,000 and below. So if you're making a small request, there's a slightly higher chance that you may be funded.
How many applicants do you get per grant?
It's fluctuated a bit. The first round was 1,600. The round that ended today is 973. And I think in the last couple rounds, it's been around 1,200. So.
1,200 to distribute how much money?
I think it 300, 400,000. Yeah.
Are you at revenue? What's your part?
So you pay the bills.
We pay the bills through donations and also grants we receive from foundations and other organizations.
So you don't take part of the grants or other artists get, or
Is the 300K that you distribute, is that in your pocket too?
Oh no, it's all for them. Yeah. So we're giving it all away.
501c3 company that sort of acts like a fiscal sponsor in a sense, or you are organized as a 501c3?
We don't act as a fiscal sponsor, and you don't need to be you don't need to have a fiscal sponsor or be a 501c3 to apply. You can be anyone making music or an organization presenting music. We don't have restrictions like that, like a lot of other grant funders do.
But the people who give you money, they donated tax deductible.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you grant money that is then tax-free to the grantees?
No.
Grant funds are usually taxed like 1099 income. Yeah. Anyone else? The mysteries of nonprofit funding. Yeah.
Are most of your applicants from within the U.S.?
Yeah, we're NewMusicUSA, so we fund the new music community in the U.S. We have some international affiliation, but not for grant funding, really. Our rule is that you should be based here, but we don't like check your citizenship. It's not that you're born here. It's that you've been here for a certain amount of time. It's like if we can pay you in the U.S., cool. Yeah.
How do applicants find out about you?
All kinds of ways. Here, I'll let you do this one.
Yeah, the community is huge, so it really depends. A lot of people know us from our legacy organizations, the American Music Center and Meet the Composer. Other people find out about us through social media, also through various random partnerships we have with folks. Like Kevin said, we have some international initiatives where we're connecting with music information centers around the country. The world, sorry. We are the country. Yeah, there's also a huge number of people applying to us that we're not really sure where they come from. So it's still a mystery to us.